Good afternoon. We're back on Farm Sim, and we're going to do a little farming today. So, let's get started. I got a new set of headphones on. They're, I don't know, Sony had some kind of a sale, $70 off. They're Bluetooth, but I am currently wearing them with a wire. So they're currently wired in, but they are Bluetooth. And, that's what I was wondering. Hey, Scorp, so you can hear me okay? Because it sounds really weird. These things are sound dampening quite extensively. As a matter of fact, I had a choice between these and a set of Bose. And I did a comparison on them, and then I checked a couple of different articles on them, and they chose the Sony over the Bose every time. Unless, they said, unless you're actually buying them for the noise reduction. If you're buying them for the noise reduction, the Bose was slightly better. But if you were buying them for sound and audio and the quality that way, then the Sony was heads up better. Hey, Dennis, how you doing? Christina, hello. How are you? I can't remember what I was doing out here because it looks like I'm done. Did I just finish this when I ended? Look at my combine's filthy. Look at that. It's doity. Let's give it a wash. Give it a good wash. Now it's all back to normal. Oh, I've got seed in there. Okay. I need to head to the other fields then, I guess. I'm doing great, Dennis. Thanks for asking. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to get right into it. So I still got some harvesting. Got a lot of seeding to do. And why is that not coming up? There it goes. Hydraulics on the front, gravity on the sides, and she's ready to go. Jeremy, hello. Jeremy's here. Scorpion, when is spring break for you? Ours starts next week, so I'll be gone next week. I will be here Thursday. I've got a doctor appointment in the morning, but it's local, so I should be able to be here by noon. I had a heck of a time today. I started the live stream equipment up. Nothing was working. The video was kind of messed up. It completely could not find my camera at all. The sound was messed up because it said that it didn't recognize the Sonys. So I fixed that. So I fixed the sound. I couldn't figure out why I already did this. I must be done altogether then. Okay, I remember. I started and went clockwise on these fields. Anyway, I couldn't get the camera to work. And so I messed with it. At one point it said that my speakers changed. Did I make it? Oh, it wasn't even close. I had to beat that train. Wasn't even close. Anyway, long story short, I realized that NVIDIA drivers were not current, so I don't think that was the problem. But I thought, well, resetting the drivers probably will help. So I did that. Came back in, restarted the computer. Still no camera. Just couldn't find it. Said I didn't have one. So I reached in the back of the computer and I pulled the plug. I waited a second, pushed it back in, looked around. There was the camera. So crazy. You just finished spring break. Okay. Well, we have different weeks for spring break here. Part of the state does 1 week. Half the state does 1 week. Half of the state does a different week. And then they coordinate with Washington so that they're not getting everybody all at once. We're on the coast. Everybody wants to come to the beach. So when we have spring break at Washington and Oregon combined, we get inundated. We can't handle it. We can't handle the number of people. So the school districts, they get together and they split the states up. Both Washington and Oregon, they split the state up, and they do half the state 1 week and then the other half another week, and they try to coordinate that with us so that we don't get inundated too bad. All right, so I think that I had better jump into flight mode and check out my fields and make sure that I'm everywhere I need to be. Like I'm an army of one. Be all that I can be. Okay, so just check everything. So this one's done. It's ready to be limed and plowed. Limed and plowed. That just needs to be seeded, limed and plowed. And I think that we're okay. These have been limed. They just need plowed, I think. And then all of those are ready. And those are ready. So, okay, I just got some, I got some plowing to do. If I can find my plow. But I think those need to be limed, so let's do that first. Okay, I got it. We got it under control. Go find my limerator. Lori's in the house. Hey, Lori. Anybody seen my lime spreader? There it is. Can't figure out what I'm on. I'm on the combine. All right, I need to get over here. Get over here. I don't hear anything. Oh, it's just quiet. By the way, I haven't asked this in a long time. Has anybody noticed how does the game sounds? Because I've got them turned down. I can't hear that tractor right now. I can hear it now. I hear it running, but I can't hear it running here. I can hear the airplane just plain as day. So, are the game sounds loud enough? It seems like every time I turn them up, people start screaming, so I'd leave them kind of low. How low can you go? Okay, I'm getting used to these headphones because they sound weird. I can't hear myself very well. They're sound dampening. But they were pretty good. They were, what? They were... what did I pay for these? $320 some dollars, $330. They were $70 off, so they must have been $400 headphones. So, and they're Bluetooth. Now, see, the other set I had were Sennheisers, and those were different. They had a docking station that plugged into the PC, and then they were wireless, but they weren't Bluetooth. They just had to hook up with their own little base station. These are different. They're just Bluetooth. You just buy them. They're just Bluetooth, and you turn them on and connect with the computer or your stereo or your phone or whatever. They don't work as good as the old ones. The Sennheisers, I could walk all around the house and never lose a signal. With these, I lose a signal if I'm sitting in front of the computer and just turn my head a little bit. So I don't know how good they are for $400, but they're good headphones regardless of whether I use them Bluetooth or not. I'm guessing if I use them with my phone and I got my phone in my pocket, it'll be just fine. But we'll see. All right. Now, I should be able to do this in almost one pass. So let's jump in here. That's not what I wanted. Get out of that. Let's see. GPS. Setup. Let's reach down here. FERT big. I think that's it. FERT big. We're gonna do a big FERT here. And then flip it around. Reset it. Now I can't see where's the blue lines? I can't see the blue lines. Maybe because it's not on? Huh. I see them that way. I don't see them that way. Oh, God, they're way out on the road. Clear on the... that way. Clear on the road. No wonder I can't see them. Okay, and on the left, they're way over behind that little building. This never works right. Over there. Okay, one pass, like I said, one pass is going to do it. I didn't even need GPS. Just go, man. Do it. Do it. Do it. No Man's Sky. Are you kidding? Is it the same map you're playing? This is weird. Okay, pardon me while I'm furting. I'm furting. We're being furted here. Yeah, you know why they do that? Because they're too lazy. They don't want to make the map. They just make your own map. Here, we'll give you the basics. You fill in the blanks. American Falls. I saw that one. I almost downloaded it, but I didn't. I saw a bunch of ones that I was going to download until I read the description, and they were all just ports of FS19 or FS17. I didn't see any new anything. I mean, I didn't look very long. I mean, I don't even think about this game until it's Tuesday or Thursday, and then I'll start looking for mods and stuff and realize that I've only got a few minutes to get ready for the live stream. So I'm gonna have to do something different. I don't know. Well, Matthew, right now I'm doing Tuesday live stream. I will be doing another one on Thursday, though. if that's what you're asking. Uh, that depends whether I pass the test at my doctor appointment. It's just a checkup, so it should be fine. I mean, he just wants to get paid. He has no reason to see me. It's just that, if I don't go see him, then he doesn't make any money. So I told him I would come in and he can look me over. Hey, look me over. Charge me again. Yeah, if I don't keep my doctor in, if I don't keep paying him, then I won't have him. He'll go away somewhere. It's hard to get a doctor around here. Because I see specialists, I don't need a doctor unless I'm, for some reason, sick. I don't get sick very often. So if I stub my toe or something like that, then I'll go see a doctor. But normally I just go to my specialist. But when I was part of the hospital, I was scheduled 4 or 5 doctors that I never saw because I never went into the doctor. And so, I would go in and they'd say, "Oh, your doctor's leaving. He's going somewhere else." And, okay, well, you will get you a new one. Then they'd send me a note. Okay, here's your new doctor. And time would go by, and then they'd send me another one. Your doctor's leaving. Well, I haven't even seen him yet. So I went through about 4 doctors, never met them. They just don't stay around here for some reason. But my current doctor is a young chap, and this is where he's from. His whole family's here, so he doesn't want to go work someplace else. He wants to work where his family's at. His dad and his mom and his aunts and uncles and grandparents, and so he's happy to stay here, and make less money, but still have a good life, be around where his family's at. It's okay by me. I need a doctor once in a while. I might stub my toe. All right, let's see if I can get out of here without getting caught on a tree or something. Okay, it's seeding time, I think, and I don't know what to seed. I have no clue what to do. Anybody got any crops they want to see me do? Where's Tim at? He's been coming in just before I leave. Is this the one I couldn't get to wash? No, it washed this time. Huh, that's odd. Can't remember which one I couldn't get to wash. Was it? I thought it was this one. Beets? Come on, Craig. You want to see me suffer? Sorghum? I'll do sorghum on this one then. Is that my truck in the middle of the road? Is that where I left it?
Oh, yeah.
This isn't my truck. They parked a truck in the middle of the damn road. That's a static truck. Why would you do that? It's right in my way. I got farming to do here. JJ. Cheers, JJ. It's a fake truck. Yeah. It's a fake. It's a fake. I'm cold. I woke up this morning at 5 in the morning. Hot. Threw the covers off. But the process of getting all the damn covers off and rolling over woke me up. So I just looked at the clock and said, hell with it. I'll just get up. So I got up. about, I don't know, 9 o'clock, I was kind of drowsy again. So I thought, okay, I'll just go lay down and get an hour or two in before the live stream. So I laid down, and I was so damn cold then, I couldn't sleep. So I laid there for about 45 minutes and finally just got up, freezing to death. Carol kept telling me, go jump in a hot tub, and I didn't do it. I should have. Jumped in a hot tub. If I get cold, that's the quickest thing for me, because it heats your core up, heats your whole body up on the inside. You know, if you sit in that thing for 5 or 10 minutes, you know, you become that temperature. I keep my hot tub about 105 degrees. And let's see, we were going to do what? Sorghum? Silage? I can plant. How do you plant silage? That doesn't make any sense. The process of silage is fermentation. How do you plant it? And I don't remember what sorghum looked like. There it is. Never mind. I found it. I found it. Okay. Turn it on. Lower it. Bob's your uncle. Okay, I'm just going to go across the top here, and then I'll put GPS up. Michigan Jerry's in the house. Hi, Jerry. I'm surprised Jerry comes back, because I thought I might have upset him when I didn't know whether he was a boy or a girl when he first came on. And I asked him, and then he didn't think that Jerry was a girl's name. And I don't know if it is. I just know some girls that were named Jerry. But anyway, I didn't mean to be offensive. I just didn't know, because, you know, it's kind of like me calling my wife Honey in the morning, so I can't remember her name. I'm not trying to be offensive. I just, you know, got a bad memory. And so rather than call her somebody else's name and really get in trouble, I just call her Honey, if that makes any sense. Anyway, Jerry, good to have you back. Appreciate you coming in. It's always good to see JJ. JJ's going to try to scare me here pretty quick. He always does. Oh, wait a minute. I took that one out, didn't I? That real noisy one. Anybody remember that one? I don't remember which one it was. It's terrible. Oh, it was one with the dragons. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna kick the GPS in here now. And or do I? Okay, set up. Harvest, no, not harvest. Seed. Let's do some seeds here. Go back. Reset it. Turn it on. Okay, here we go. Michigan. No, I used to tease people everywhere that I have a real bad for names. Numbers is a different thing. I can remember numbers. I remember every license plate number of every car I've ever had. Phone numbers, things like that, I can remember. It's names. I could work with somebody for 15 years, be away from them a month, and forget what their damn name was. I'm terrible with names. And so I would be talking about that, and I would say that, what I just told you guys. Yeah, I'm so bad with names that in the morning I have to call my wife Honey because I'm not sure what her name is. And then I would add that, well, at least I haven't called her somebody else's name, because that would really be bad. And then people would laugh, you know, thinking I'm joking, and I kind of am. I'm not that bad. But it's not that far from being true on names. I don't know how good this is going to do, but Let's see if we can get it done. Get her done. John's in the house. John, how you doing? What you working on today? Yeah, Jerry. I met a gal that I knew for years, and I hadn't seen her for a number of years, and I immediately recognized her. We'd met on the street, and she said hi. How are you? It's been forever. And I couldn't remember her name, and so I said, you know what? After talking to her for a few minutes, I said, you know what? We need to keep in touch a little more often because it's been so long. And I handed her one of my business cards. And said, hey, just write your phone number stuff on the back here, and you just put your name and phone number, and I'll stick it in my Rolodex. And she looked at me and she said, "You forgot my name, didn't you?" And I said, "No. I just wasn't sure, And she said, "How do you?" I said, "I just couldn't remember how to spell it." And she said, "How do you misspell Smith?" And I said, "Well, sometimes you can put an E on the end." And she said, "Oh, now you're really pushing it." Okay, fine. I forgot your name. I'm terrible with names. Sue me. Tearing down barbed wire again, huh? Didn't you get in trouble last time you were working on wires? Or was that somebody else I was thinking of? Somebody got...
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, Lori. Somebody got shocked or something. Can't remember who it was. And it wasn't the gal that I watch. I watch a little gal from Ireland. I was telling Scorpion about it. As a matter of fact, I put it up on Discord because it was so funny. She's emptying out a bathtub that they're using in Ireland for a water trough, and it was kind of scuzzy, and it's wintertime, and so she's going to clean it out. So she's starting to, and it's up against a fence, not completely against the fence, but it's close to a fence. So she gets around the upper side because it's on a slope, and tries to pick it up to dump it. When she bends over to pull it up, her butt hits the electric fence. And you can see it because she jumps. And you can see she's going, oh! And about 5 minutes before that, she'd slipped and fell on her ass. So her ass was all wet and muddy because it's winter. And already, so she was already wet and muddy. And then so she gets back at it. She gets the bathtub up, and it mostly drains out. And then she leans forward and pushes it a little bit more. And then she starts pulling it back down. When she does, she has to lower down a little bit, and her butt hits the fence again. And this time, if you're good at reading lips, well, you don't actually have to be good at reading lips. You could tell she was saying the F word. Because I would imagine that it might have been a little, it might have stung a little bit with her being all wet. But anyway, afterwards she says something about it. I know one of the people commented and said, "Thanks for not deleting this. It was so funny." A lot of people would have deleted it so they wouldn't be embarrassed. But anyway, it was just terribly funny. All right, I'm going to do a headland across the top here. Is this the top or the bottom? What are we? North, south, east, west? That's the top. It's north. I'll just run a bead across the top here. Yeah, it's pretty obvious what she said when she got hit that second time. I've done that before, but never on the butt. I was hunting one time. I was lucky I didn't shoot myself. I had my shotgun with me. We were hunting birds, pheasant, if I'm not mistaken. And we had to go through a field, and it was a electric fence. I didn't realize it was. I wasn't very observant at the time because I had to go. And everybody was, getting ready to cross this fence. I said, "Hang on, I gotta take a leak." And I whipped it out and hit that fence. Oh my God! I peed on the electric fence, and jeez, I've never been the same since. I can tell you that. And I was only in my 20s back then. See, that was back in the days where I could actually pee up. Now it just kind of dribbles out. But hey, where's Wayne? We need Wayne in here. You guys know Wayne. He's the helicopter pilot that comes in here. He and I played Red Dead Redemption online together, and his posse name is Old Geezers, and we were all older players. I mean, I'm 71. I was, believe it or not, I was in the middle. They were older than me, and a couple younger, but we were mostly in our 60s, and we called ourselves the Old Geezers, right? So one day I had a gaming headset on that was wireless, and I had to go, and we were playing Red Dead, and I went into the bathroom forgetting that I had my headset on. Normally when I do that, you move the boom, and if you move the boom up, it shuts the mic off, or there's a mic button, depending. In this case, I didn't even think about it. I had to go to the bathroom. So I ran in there, and you could hear me tinkling, and it was a little more than a tinkle because I really had to go. And somebody said, "Oh my God, did Rudy just go to the bathroom and he's got his headset going? Oh my God, oh my God." And one of the other guys said, "Shh, shh, wait, listen." And it's quiet. And all of a sudden the old guy said, "Oh God, I wish I could pee like that again." It was funny. I don't know if Wayne would remember that, but it's pretty funny. Too much information today. Dennis. Hi, Dennis. Dennis is YouTuber. How you doing, Dennis? I'm trying to see what his avatar is, but I can't tell. I've got it on 4K. It's very tiny. Are you playing on a steering wheel? No, I used to. I've got a Logitech that I used to do truck driving on. What's that name of that? American Truck Driver or European Truck Simulator. I've got a wheel. I used to use a wheel, but I gave it up. I'm using the Xbox controller now, and the keyboard. I use the keyboard, the mouse, and the Xbox controller. It's the new one, the Xbox Series X controllers. I got a couple of them. I showed you one, didn't I? This is just the normal one. I got one that I've got one. Hang on a sec. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I got this one. This one is it's the Mandalorian, and you probably can't see it. It's got a bunch of writing and stuff on the handles. That's kind of whatever Mandalorian is. And anyway, This is an extra cover that I use. I don't know where the real cover's at, but this hooks into a docking station that has all kinds of Mandalorian design on it, the helmet and all that kind of stuff. And that's also one of the Xbox. That damn thing cost me about $90. These things are expensive. These Xbox X Series ones, they're about $75, unless you get one fancy like that one. But they're pretty damn expensive. This is one I dropped last week, and I was really worried about it. Oh, wait a minute. There, that's the actual. This is the back of the Mandalorian one. Why in the hell's it on this one? Weird. You can see all the writing on it. It's all Star Trek-y and stuff. Wait a minute. I'm going to get in trouble. It's all Star Wars-y and stuff, not Star Trek-y. Scratch that. Reverse it. Get my butt in trouble. All these nerds out there, they'll take me out in the middle of the night. How dare you compare Star Trek to Star Wars? I got. There's a game that I was a beta tester on. I was actually an alpha tester, and I donated money on it. Final Fantasy 14 is an online Final Fantasy game that I play, and I was an alpha tester on it. And so I've been playing it for longer than it's been out. Obviously, if it was, because in the old days they didn't put alpha testers and beta testers out there. When you were alpha testing, you might be a year or two away from the game being released. And back in the day, even a beta testing was not. You weren't able to play the game unless you were hired as a beta tester. Nowadays, they do this early access shit, and you can play it all you want before it actually comes out for the general public. You still have to buy the game, though. Back in the day, I used to get paid for beta testing. As a matter of fact, I beta tested for Microsoft for the longest time, if you can believe that. You know me and Microsoft. But we got to the point where there were so many people available that they stopped paying us. And on one of the later beta tests, I received a Microsoft mug. I said, "Where's my money?" They said, "No, that's all we're doing now, because we can get beta testers off the street." Oh, well, great. So I stopped beta testing for Microsoft. All right, I did sorghum over there. Any other choices on what you dingers on crops? Dennis, we can understand you perfectly fine. Not a problem. What country are you from? Jerry wants to see corn. Okay, I'll do some corn. I can always use the corn because I have that corn dryer. If you don't remember, for those that don't know, I've got a corn dryer that I'm using to do all my corn so that I can make a profit on it. And I just passed it. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna turn this thing on again. This isn't gonna work. I guess I better line it up better. All right. There we go. Okay, turn the GPS on. Turn it on, drop it like it's hot. Off we go. Jerry says this is the only game he'd buy on sale. I was talking. Oh shoot! What happened? Did I not lower it? I thought I did. I was talking about Final Fantasy 14. No, it was planting. Oh, I didn't plow this field. Does it need plowing? It doesn't say it needs plowing, so I guess I'll be okay. All right, let me go back. Anyway, Final Fantasy 14 is on sale right now, but it's just coming out for the Xbox after all these years. It's been out for quite a while, Final Fantasy 14, and let's drop it. All right. Got to figure all the controls out here. Anyway, it's been out for a while and it's just coming out on Xbox. Now I've got 2 accounts for Final Fantasy 14 on the PC, and I've got one for the PlayStation. And it's not been out on Xbox, so I don't have one for Xbox, but it's coming out on Xbox. And I walked in the room, Jeff said something about there's an update and they're supposed to be adding Xbox. And I said, oh, God, don't tell me. Do I have to buy another account? And he just looked at me and, oh, God, Dad. Well, I do that with every game. Red Dead Redemption, we've talked about. I've got 2 accounts on the PC. I've got, I don't know, three PlayStation accounts and an Xbox account. And I've gifted that game to a couple people. Skyrim, same thing. I've bought Skyrim maybe 7 or 8 times. Elite Dangerous, I had 6 or 7 accounts. I had 5 accounts on, what was that other space game that was out? Can't think of the name of it. Guess it doesn't matter. Eve. On Eve, I had 5 accounts on Eve. But Eve, I was making enough money to pay for because it's an online game, you have to pay a monthly fee, right? But I had 5 accounts, and so I became a miner, and I was able to mine enough with those 5 accounts that you could make in-game money and trade it for real-life money, and I was able to pay for all my accounts just by playing the game. So that's why I had 5 accounts. I had one main account that had a mining station, a refinery, and a big hauling ship. And so I put 4 miners out there, and I take my 5th one and just run between them and collect all the ore, fly it into the refinery, and work it up. Made a ton of money. But that's how I play. What's Jerry talking about? I'm missing something. Oh, oats. Craig wants oats. I'm from Czech Republic. Do you know the country? Yes. I have some people here from Czech Republic that watch the channel. Yeah, yep, I know. And don't worry about not, the English part. There's I used to work at a place where we'd have big ships come in, and a lot of times ships from other countries would come in. I can distinctly remember a ship coming in full of Russians, and none of them spoke English, and I didn't speak Russian. And I spent a lot of time with them, and you'd be surprised how you can communicate with somebody without knowing their language. And we'd sit and talk, although I couldn't speak their language or understand it, but we would talk and were able to figure out what the hell we were trying to say. And you'd be surprised how well you can communicate without language if you're just patient. As far as on YouTube here, you can type up enough information on the computer for us to tell what the hell you're trying to say. I have a lot of people that do that. Sorry about my English, and don't apologize, because we'll figure out what you're trying to say. It's not that difficult. It's called communication. That's why I get upset with people. I've had it happen on my channel where somebody would come in and call somebody stupid or ignorant or uneducated because they're typing broken English. And I would get angry and hey, look, this is not their first language. It might not even be, unlike Americans who only speak English for the majority. Most other countries speak at least 2 or 3 different languages. So we're calling somebody ignorant because their grammar's a little bit difficult to read on a computer when English isn't even their first language. That upsets me, because I've had it happen. Somebody would type something and somebody else would say, oh, you need to go back to school, your grammar's terrible. Not even thinking about them not being English their first language. You got what I'm trying to say. But the thing is, even with broken English, you can figure out what they're trying to say. It's not a problem. Do I go by Rudy? Yeah, Rudy's my name. It's actually Rudolph. That's where the rude man comes from. I worked at a radio station and over the air they called me the rude man. So it just kind of stuck. When I started doing this, I'd have a lot of people say, why do you call yourself the rude man? You don't seem to be that rude. And I would just laugh and say, no, it's just a play on my name. My name's Rudy, and I was called Rude Man at the radio station. Am I going to hit that fence post? Oh, God, there it goes. Hang on. The sensor in my arms expired now, so it goes for about 2 weeks. And that sets my phone off. So I got to put a new sensor in when I'm getting done here. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, is that what you're saying, Scorp? All right, so what was the other one? Oats? Somebody wanted me to do oats. Let's see. There's wheat, barley. There's oats, I think. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Oh, I'm going to hit the fence, aren't I? Doggone it. All right, let me fix it. I'm getting that froggy in my throat again. Okay, let's reset this. Turn it on. Off we go. Like a herd of turtles. Andy's here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I should pull my top hat out once in a while. In the wintertime, I tried it in the summer. It's hotter than hell. So it's a wool hat. Or beaver. Is it beaver? I can't remember. My top hat is either wool or beaver. I think it's beaver. Now that I think about it. It's very warm, though, if you leave it on too long. What the hell am I doing?
All right.
All right. Somebody's drinking mead. Andy. So are you guys, let's see, what week is it? You guys got another week or two before you go on to daylight savings time, don't you? Um, all right. Dennis is brand new today. He might not have very many grain buckets. There he goes. You got it. He must have had enough for that one. That one's pretty cheap, though, I think. But Andy's the expensive one. Andy likes the cow. or coo. Although, see, you can't call that one a coo, because a coo isn't that? Aren't those big shaggy ones? Those shaggy cows. The Scottish cows. Do Scottish cows drink whiskey? Yeah, Jerry's got 130 grain buckets. Need to put some overtime in, Jerry. Yeah, you use your grain buckets. You earn grain buckets to spend just by watching the stream. Every 5 minutes or something like that, you'll get some grain buckets. I can't remember the time frame. I think it's every 5 minutes. I can't remember. Anyway, the whole time you're watching the stream, you're earning grain buckets to spend. You pull beer from the teat of a Scottish cow. Actually, you get them from milking the bulls. I'm going to keep doing, this is a small field. I'll keep doing oats here into this field. We'll keep doing oats. I'll have to give me some horses. Hand lotion. Well, it probably is a pretty good hand lotion. I don't know. Is it soup du jour? Matthew says it's soup du jour. So it's time. As it happens, I actually have a Baja Blast, which is Mountain Dew. And I've just been sitting here waiting. So we're going to do a do. So soup du jour today is Mountain Dew. Imagine that. So it'll put a little. It doesn't come in a can today. It's in a container. A big slurp. So I'll have to do this off camera. Are you ready? Okay, it's open and it's cold. Oh, man, that's good. So refreshing. Craig's throwing the devil at me. Okay, so what does Mountain Dew do for me? That's what Mountain Dew does to me. It gives me a little energy. Makes me feel 70 again. Or 69. Makes me feel 60 again. There you go. I still miss that. I should have had a Dr. Pepper. I can have a Dr. Pepper later. You know what I did yesterday? I've got a big drink holder, a big one. It'll hold at least 3 cans of soda. And I poured a root beer and a Dr. Pepper in and drank it. It was pretty good, actually. Although the root beer overpowers everything. So, Jerry, that's the biggest tractor we got to give out. But it's a dandy. It's a hard-working tractor. And it's cheap. Man, that field goes right into the fence, doesn't it? Shoot. I can't get close enough without hitting the fence. And he's milking cows again. Is John still here? He's out doing fence. I forgot to ask John, when he's working, is he watching on the phone? Have you seen, you people, have you seen that the global warming people are trying to get people so that they can't grow vegetables on their own? There's some kind of a study from a college that was put out Bad tree, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Flip this thing around, reset it, turn the GPS back on. Anyway, there's some study out from a college, and the study says that if you grow vegetables in your backyard or in a greenhouse, that you're using 5 to 6 times the carbon footprint to do that, and that it should be banned. Growing your own food should be banned because you're destroying the planet. And that's the headline. And of course, the global warming people, that was the headline they gave the story about the study, the college study. And the global warming people are getting on that and spreading it all over the internet. You know, it should be banned that you can grow your own vegetables and stuff because the carbon footprint is so high. If you actually read the study actually comes out saying good things about growing your own stuff. But you got to read the whole damn study to get to that point. People don't do that. They only look at the headline. And the media knows that. So the headline is, growing your own vegetables, you're destroying the planet by using 5 to 6 times the amount of carbon to grow your own vegetables. Okay. Well, how do they come with that figure? It's the same way they do everything else. It's the same way they get all these studies that drinking milk gives you cancer and all this kind of stuff. They put stuff in there that is not really relevant. Okay, so how does growing your own crops use more carbon than any other way of doing it? Okay, so here's how they do it. You jump in your car and you drive across to the mall to get lumber that was chopped down by a machine that uses oil and transported to the store. All of that's using carbon. To treat the wood is using carbon. You have to go buy it and haul it home. You're driving your car to do that, so you're using carbon. If you have to buy the seeds, the same thing. It costs so much money to grow the seed to be put in the ground, and all of that takes carbon to get it to the store, to get it to your house. And they go on and on about silly stuff like that. And that's how they come up that you're using all this carbon and destroying the planet by growing your own vegetables. Bottom line is they don't want you growing your own vegetables. They want you to get it from the grocery store because all the billionaires are buying up all the farmland. Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland so he can tell you what you can eat and what you can't eat. They don't want us eating beef anymore. They want us eating nothing but fake food. But anyway, so it's going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to, you're going to be policed on what you can grow in your backyard. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Next thing you know, we're not going to be able to play Farm Sim because we're using up too much carbon on our computers and stuff. And farming. This is costing me. I'm destroying the planet now. Yeah, no, they got nothing else to do. And here's the funny part. They probably had a grant from the U.S. government to do that study. Or the study was paid for by the global warming people. Or it was paid for by, some other place that can make money off you not growing your own vegetables. That was the old thing about studies. Like when they would say that milk caused cancer, So milk was bad for you. Don't drink milk anymore. And then you found out that the study was paid for by the Pepsi company. They want you drinking Pepsi, not milk. So you really got to find out that old saying about follow the money is generally pretty accurate on almost anything. About anybody complaining about anything, follow the money and find out who's paying for that complaint. Because at the end of the day, there's some big money paying for that to come out because it behooves them to make more money. That's the way of the world. What you know that old saying, the money makes the world go around? I guess so. But not my world. We don't, you and I don't live in that world anymore. We're not rich enough. Dennis is back. Oh, I didn't know he was gone. Hang on. I gotta look. My Baja Blast keeps disappearing on this side. Oh no, there it is. Huh. Do I know John Marinek? I don't. Marinek? Marinek? No, I don't think so. But I'm terrible with names, Dennis. I was making a joke about that earlier. I don't remember names very well. John could be a cousin. I wouldn't remember. Oh, that's my cousin. Was he? I don't know. Can't remember. Terrible memory when it comes to names. Anyone here like spiders? Do snakes eat spiders? Because Craig probably does then. Craig's got snakes, pet snakes. I'm not too fond of creepy crawling things, but I have a reason for that. I was terrorized as a kid. I had a stepmother that if I did anything wrong, we had a fruit building in the backyard. It wasn't attached to the house. It was way down the bottom of the backyard. It was just this old building. It had sawdust in the walls and on the floor for insulation. It was a dirt floor, and it was just a room with shelves on it to store fruit, canned fruit, and potatoes and things like that. But it was a dirt floor with sawdust for insulation and one light. It had a light bulb. My stepmom, if I did anything wrong, would padlock me in that thing overnight and take the light bulb out. And so I would be sitting in the dark as a little kid, scared to death, feeling bugs crawling on me and who knows what else is in there. And I'm terrified of snakes and spiders and stuff like that. Mice terrify me. I don't like being around those little creepy crawlies. A spit viper? Craig has a spitting snake, does he? He was on here. Scorp, shh, don't tell everyone. Craig, you still here? There he is. Scorp, what are you on? You either want to have some of what he's on or you don't want to know what he's on. You got a choice there. Thank God you can only get whatever he's on in Texas. Oh, look at this. We can drive right through this power tower here. Power of tower. It's a tower of power. Sounds like a radio station. I don't know what the weather's going to be like on my trip next week, but I hope it's decent. It may not be because I'm going to a high desert area. It takes you about 5 minutes to drive up to a ski mountain, so it's pretty high elevation, and it summertime is sunny and gets 80, 90, 100. In the wintertime, it gets colder than hell and snow, but hopefully it'll be sunny, because if it's sunny, it'll be warm. Dennis going somewhere? Thanks for stopping by, Dennis, if you're leaving. Take care. I was trying to think. I used to have somebody here from Czech Republic. I don't remember who it was. I think it's been a few years. That's the thing about YouTube, though, and the internet. I could have dozens of people, and if they never type anything in the chat, you don't know. When I first had my first 100 people on my channel, I pulled up an analytic page from YouTube, and it showed that I had people viewing my videos from 96 different countries, and that was way back at the start of YouTube, kind of. Not the very start. I was a little bit later coming on, but yeah, it just shocked me. I barely had 100 subscribers, and I looked and thought 96 different countries, and that's when it really hit me that the power of the internet. 96 countries, people watching my videos. To me, that was amazing and unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And it was shortly after that, by a few years, I guess, that people started getting on the internet with their phones, their cell phones. And that's when I said, all right, civilization is on a downhill trip now. We're going to be going to hell in a handbasket. Once you can get on the internet with a telephone, and everybody had one, we're screwed now. Civilization is, on the way out. And I wasn't wrong. I was saying that when it was when it wasn't even popular yet. No sota, your gauze, not natural. Beans created it. Very natural process. Well, I missed some there. Does anyone here know anything about the displacement storage? Huh. They could have, if they want to, but I doubt it. I doubt if they will. We've had mods that would do it, only they weren't drones, they were airplanes and helicopters. Way back in 2015, I had a helicopter that I could fertilize with, I think it was. They could easily do it because all the drone is a camera, really. The tractor has cameras on it as well. That's how you can be inside and, and look around and stuff. There are cameras in here, and that's all it is, a camera. So this tractor is a camera. This is a camera that you see following me around doing this. This could be a drone. We could be in a drone right now. As a matter of fact, when I role play, I pretend this is a drone because people will say, "Well, how are you driving that tractor? You know, when you're not in it?" And I said, "No, somebody else is driving the tractor. I'm in the drone." So they actually could do it now if they wanted to. They just have to put, a big ass boom on the drone. Let it spray. Let it spray. Let it spray. They could do it. I doubt if they will, though. Because they've had the ability to put airplanes and helicopters in. They haven't done it. The modders had to do it. So talk to a modder. Modder might be able to do it. Is my camera where it's supposed to be? I think I might have moved my camera. Not officially. There's no drone. You've got this camera, like I explained. You've got this camera that's attached to the. It's actually hooked to the tractor. If you see, it's the camera for the tractor, but it could easily be called a drone. Now, there's another way to do it, but it's not in the game. Let me explain. Okay. I'm out here, right? This is a mod. It's called a developer's mod. I can come in here and put the flight mode on like that. And now I can fly, which is basically a camera. All this is a detached camera, which could be a drone if you want to call it that. And I can go all over the map. Now, I have it set to go as fast as it'll go, so that's why it goes so fast. Otherwise, it'd be terribly slow. But this is not part of the game. This is part of a developer's mod. This is what, if you were making the map, and you wanted to get around to see how you're doing in making that road right there, you can get out and look and see how it looks. So this is for developing, maps and things like that. It is within Giant to do it. The game developer, it is within their power to do it, but it's not part of the game. Unless you've got this mod, you can't do what I'm doing right now. Well, you could, but what you'd have to do is you'd have to put you'd have to go in and do it with your keyboard. You'd have to type the controls in. So if you knew how to do that, but it's not actually part of the game. But I doubt if they do that. Not now, anyway. They might in the future. Who knows? It depends how popular it gets. I mean, I watch a lot of farming videos, and I've never seen anybody do it in real life. Doesn't mean it's not. All I'm saying is it's not widespread yet. If they're doing that kind of thing. Technically, it's a technicality. Lori, what's for dinner? I'm hungry. Actually, I'm not. I'm just saying that. I don't get hungry much anymore. Okay, so why is that not? I turned it off, that's why. Okay. Now we're back on. Jessica is Dennis's girlfriend. Hi, Jessica. How are you? So I'm assuming Jessica is from the Czech Republic as well. Dennis is back. Welcome back, Dennis. Okay, so I can pronounce Jessica, but I don't know it. The last is Inthadar. Inthadar. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, Jessica. I'm just chilling with my YouTube family. In the dark. Well, that's not too far off. I'm in the dark all the time. If I wasn't live streaming, I would have that light off, and I'm sitting in the dark. The only reason you can see me is from the light from the monitor. But I play in the dark all the time. I never have lights on, and it's pitch dark here at night. But I don't always have that light on. You got a YouTube English name? That's fair. We don't really know if Andy's Andy. And I know Scorpion is not really Scorpion. Lori, I'm not sure about. Lori very well could be Lori. I'm Rudy. And Spaghetti? Who's what? Can I say Chleba? Is it Chleba? Andy's Scottish, although Andy lives in England, but he's Scottish. Craig is English. Scorpion's from Texas. We don't know what he is. I'm a little bit of everything. You're a Rudolph. Yes. Yes, my name is Rudolph. I don't go by that, though. I just go by Rudy. Score one. Craig probably isn't Craig. Craig. Craig's into snakes. He could be. What was that bad guy's name from Harry Potter? The snake guy. The person that we can't say his name. Dumbledore. No. Voldemort. Craig is Voldemort. Jessica, you misspelled redeem. It's one E after the R and two E's after the D. But I don't know. I'm a Native American Blackfoot tribe. Sweet. I was born and raised on a Yakima reservation. And people say, are you Indian? No, I'm not Indian. I wasn't actually on the reservation. But the whole Yakima Valley is part of, they own a lot of the land. The Indian Nation does, so you might as well be raised on the reservation. Scorpion says he's a mutt. Yeah, Jessica doesn't have any buckets. I should do that again. I don't know how I can do it though. I don't have my other computer running. So Jessica, when you're brand new, you don't have any grain buckets. You have to earn them, and you earn them just by watching the stream. So uh, every, I think 5 or 15 minutes or something like that, you'll earn some grain buckets from just being on the live stream, and you'll be able to spend those. Hey, I thought you guys was making fun of the of that song by the Beatles, "Hey Jude," because you're saying, "Hey dude," what? What? Hey dude, farming dude. I thought you guys were making fun of the Beatles song, "Hey Jude, hey dude." Well, hello there, farmer, farmer dude, farming dude, farming dude. Got to get it right. If you're gonna, there's enough dude to go around. How many? Just put in. Just put in. Somebody type it in for her, the grain one. Just put grain in. I might have to go and see if I can give her some so she can play around. Could be a dude farming. Huh? What do you mean it could be? Probably is. All right, hang on. Let me get on my other PC here. I need some more Mountain Dew. Dennis did it. Bad tree, Dennis. Dennis is YouTuber. Favorite type of tractor? I like Massey Ferguson's. Challenger's kind of cool. Let me show you the Challenger we've got here on the farm here. There, how about that for a tractor? That's a monster. It's doity too. It's dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Let me give it a wash job. Hang on. Uh-oh. Hang on. There, wash it up so it's all bright and shiny and purdy and stuff like that. Okay, let me see if I can give her some Cloudbot loyalty. Boy, Lori popped right up on the loyalty. There's Jeremy Burnett. There's Lynn. I haven't seen Lynn for a couple weeks now. Holy smokes. There's Jerry. I see Jerry there. Looking for Jessica. Jeremy. Boy, there's a bunch of people on here I'd never seen. They must not be, they don't chat, I guess. I could be at this all day. Should clear these out. Farmer Johnson. I see some people on here I haven't seen in a long time. Very long time, some. There you are, Jessica. Okay. Whoops. Says you've been watching for 10 minutes. All right. I just gave Jessica 100 points, so let's see how long it takes her to get them. What did I miss? Easier to give us all grain. Yeah, I know, Scorp. I should have. How did you get so many subs? Are you kidding? I don't have any subs. This is my channel's dying. I just I've been doing this for a while, I guess. Roblox? Oh yeah, I know Roblox. My grandkids play that. You gived him bucks? What? You gived him? Huh? I can tell him. He eats a lot of sandwiches. Yeah. No, I got a lot of videos up there. I got over 3,000 videos up on my YouTube page. There's a lot of videos up there. I play a lot of games. I don't have a life. Oh, I don't want to drive over that cul-de-sac. I'm cruising for a bruising, as they say. Yeah, Andy's been watching for a while. So Scorpion and Craig. Lori's been on a while. Hey, it's Bill's meme.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Scorpion's been here as long as I have. All right, now, did I get everything on this field? I think I did. I made a dirty mess of my seeder, though, didn't I? Actually, this is a planter, not a seeder. Thank you, Dennis. So, Jessica, type in iGrain. What's not iGrain? Exclamation point grain. All right, so that's the oats. I need another crop. I could do some more sorghum, I guess. I didn't. Is that one? Oh no. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna make that. I'm gonna have to do that a little bit different. How am I gonna get in there? I need a real wide swang. So I need to get that truck out of.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get this truck out of here. It's gonna plow my way out. Oh no, it's stuck. God, I don't know. I got too much equipment. I don't know where to put it all.
All right.
All right. All right. Okay, I can get it in now. What's Scorp say? You needed to swing a bit to the right. He's just a swangin'. All right. Let's get this thing set up again. He's just a swangin'. All right, where was I? Was I going to do sorghum again? Dang it, I keep going by sorghum. There it is. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Don't panic. All righty then. I'm back at it. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I needed to fill her up, Mickey. There goes that plane again. Oh no. It stopped planting on me. There's my Bard. Andy likes Bard. Hey, I'm a monkey. People say we monkey around. Monkeys are all dead except for one. Only one monkey left. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around, reset it, turn it on, and off we go. Making some dust. Good night, Jessica. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I can sing my favorite song. I don't know if I have a favorite song. And I'm not very good at singing. The white tanks on the look like an inappropriate thing. Well, it kind of does, doesn't it? Although they're not very proportionate. Just call him Stubby, I guess. Farming Dude says, hey. Turn the other way, and it's two eyes and a nose. Highway to Hell? What? How about Bat Out of Hell? I could sing that. Farming Dude wants to follow his dream. What's your dream? Squidward? Huh? Squidward. You gotta follow your dream. That was an Elvis song. I can't remember which movie it was. Follow That Dream. I think that might have been the name of the movie. But there was a song in there. Elvis always had a song or two on his movies. Have subscribers? Is that your dream? Well, it's harder now than it used to be. I started late myself. But you just make something that somebody wants to watch and be regular in how you do it. I started off, I wanted to try to build my channel, so I put out either one or two for the first year and a half. I put up at least one a day, but most of the time I put 2 videos up a day, 7 days a week for about a year and a half. I had a ton of videos out there, but I was playing lots of games. So, you know, I do Red Dead Redemption and I don't know, pick a game and put 2 videos up a day for a year and a half, 7 days a week. I just had a ton of videos out there and just started getting subscribers. But you gotta kind of put something out there. Just do the best job you can do. Try to be entertaining. I'm not very entertaining. I'm just an old fart. But then again, until I put the camera up, nobody thought I was 70 years old. People always, I only started putting the camera up a few months ago. And before I put the camera up, I would have somebody once a week ask, "How old are you?" And I would say, "Well, how old do you think I am?" And they'd say about 35. And I said, "That's about right." marginally entertaining. I could go with marginally. Marginally is better than others. Could be worse. Anyway, just make sure you're doing it on a regular basis, though, because I'll tell you what happened in business. I had a friend of mine that had a tavern, and he worked it by himself. And if business was slow, he would close down. And I told him, I said, "You can't do that." And well, I'm tired, I'm not going to open up today. Or it's slow, I'm going to close 2 hours early today. I said, "You can't do that and grow your business." Because I said, what happens if you close 2 hours early and a half hour from now, a family is having a reunion and they've got 30 people and they want to all come and have a beer and play some pool? You just lost that because they come and you're closed. And I said, if enough people try your door and find out that it's closed when they want to be here, they're not coming back. They're going to go to the guy down the street that's always open. I said, you can't do that. You're going to lose business. Well, it's the same thing with this. If you're going to do, if you want to grow a channel, be regular on your videos. A lot of people just do one a week. I was doing 2 or 3 a day. I wouldn't suggest that, especially not nowadays. Thank you, Farming Dude. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So what I mean is, it's like my live streams. I don't do a lot of live streaming. Live streaming is not my favorite thing to do. So I only do it twice a week, at Tuesdays and Thursday, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And I've had a lot of people ask me, why you do it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Well, because I have a lot of people from overseas that watch my videos. And so I want to make sure that it's early enough there that they can, not stay up too late at night to see my videos. Now, they could always do it, they could always watch them anytime they want. But if I'm going to live stream, I want to live stream at a time when I know most of the people can see it. And, like a lot of the places that watch my videos, they're 8 hours away from me and later. So if I go any later than, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going to be after midnight for them. So, but, be consistent. If you're gonna put a video up a week, do it the same day every week. Like a lot of people that I watch that do these homesteading videos, they'll drop them on a Sunday. So they work on them all week and they'll drop a new one on a Sunday. So I can pretty much know that every Sunday I'm going to have a video to watch from them. Be consistent, because that's when people are going to come back. If somebody watches you and you're doing a video on Sunday, and you do a video on Sunday 3 Sundays in a row, and then the next Sunday you don't have a video, and then the next Sunday you don't have a video, and then you put another video up, and then you put a second one, and then the third one you skip, they're not going to keep coming back. They're just going to, I'll just go watch somebody else. Plenty of people to watch out there. That's why people come in and say to me, hey, man, you suck. I said, yeah, but there's a lot of people out there doing it. Go watch them. And you can't bother me because I know I suck at games. That's the whole point. A lot of people come in and say, God, you suck at this game. I say, I know, but it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. I might not be very, very good, but it's a good game and I like playing it. What can they say to that? You know, they're trying to make me get angry. I could care less whether they like me or not. Why would I care? I don't know who in the hell they are. And then you can ask Scorpion. Remember that guy I used to have? And I don't even know who it is. I had some guy from Canada that when I was doing farming videos every day, you know, I'd have a new video up. And there was one guy from Canada that would log on to my channel and give me a thumbs down every time. Every video I put up, I always had one thumbs down. And it was right away, too. I mean, the video would come out and 2 minutes later, there'd be a thumbs down on it. And that went on for years, didn't it, Scorpion? Yeah, have prunes, keep you regular. Well, you need to specify that they have like adult diaper on or something, because could be a surprise one day. Anthony, how are you? I didn't see Anthony come in. Sorry, Andy or Anthea. I'm making it worse. Anthony, sorry I didn't see you come in. I was yapping as usual. I'll never forget that comment. I had a comment one time from somebody that watched one of my videos, and they say, "Man, I really like this guy's videos, but does he ever stop talking?" No, because I had other people ask me, Rudy, when you're playing a game, but you're not recording it or live streaming it, you're just playing it for fun at home, do you still talk? And I said, yeah, I kind of do. Carol says that too. Carol will come in and say, are you on live? No. Oh, well, who are you talking to? Nobody. I'm just playing a game. You just get used to it after a while. Just talking. That was one of the hardest things to start doing when I started making videos. One of the hardest things to do was, I've always been really shy and not very outgoing. I'm not very social. I don't like dogs, and I don't like cats, and I hate most people. So I'm not very social. And so it was kind of hard for me when I first started. It took me forever to make my first video because I couldn't figure, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? And one night I was out in the hot tub late at night, getting ready for bed, and I'm out there talking. And Carol thought I was on the telephone. She says, "Who are you on the phone with in the hot tub last night?" I said, "Nobody." "Why?" And she says, You were just talking up a storm." I said, "Oh, that." I said, I'm getting ready to start YouTubing, and I was practicing talking, just talking. And she said, "Well, what are you talking about?" And I said, anything that would come to my mind, just anything at the moment that I'm thinking. I was talking to get used to talking. I'll tell you, when I flip through the channels on YouTube and I find somebody that's got a YouTube channel that they don't talk on, they just do what they're doing, and you could sit there, it's an hour movie, and you sit there for an hour and they never say one word. They just do what they're doing. I don't like those, especially if it's a game. If it's a game, why don't I just play the game myself? I want to hear somebody talking about the game or anything, really. So that's what took me, that was what was hardest for me, was to be able to sit and have something to say. And then, of course, like I said, I've had people say that I never shut up. See, even Scorpion says it. But it comes from my radio days. In radio, you can't see somebody talking. You're just listening. And if they're not talking, then there's nothing to listen to, and you turn the channel. And we used to call that dead air, and it was a death knell for a radio station. You never had dead air. When I was at the radio station, we had speakers for the FM channel all through the station, the radio station, and everybody was listening to that. There was a speaker in every room, including the bathroom. And if it, for any reason, you didn't hear the radio play, you knew something was wrong, and you had to run out and find out what was wrong. Why were we not on the air? They called that dead air, and it was, like I said, the death knell for a radio station. I mean, think about it. You're in rush hour traffic. The only thing you've got for entertainment is the radio station you're listening to, and all of a sudden there's nothing coming over the air. What do? You sit there for a minute or two, but then you're gonna change the channel and find a channel that is on the air, and you probably won't go back to that channel. You'll probably stay on the one you're on. So that's a danger for a radio station, is to not have anything running. And I figured it was the same with this. If I'm not talking or explaining something, then what's the point? What are you going to listen to? Commute time already? What are you, working late? It's time for me to go. It's commute time for you. How in the heck did it get 3 o'clock already? I haven't even taken hardly anything out of my Mountain Dew. Well, that's not right. Let me get up in the air here. All right. Well, I guess it's time for me to go for the day. I will be back on Thursday. Chug the dew. Chug the dew. Were you trying to give me a heart attack? Anyway, I'll be back on Thursday. Same time, same bat channel. And next week, I will be here for Tuesday and Thursday, but the week after that, I'm gone for a week. So, but we'll talk about that next week. In the meantime, I'll see you on Thursday, I hope. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Play a game or two. Have fun. And I will see you next time. Talk for now. Bye. Got to figure this out. There I go.